Welcome to another What I Eat in a Day on Weight Watchers Blue Plan. So yesterday I meal prepped a lot of things and I cannot wait to try them. But I do think I might make something too in this video. So if you're new, my name is Amy and I am trying to lose weight after having a baby. I do get a lot of points. I think it's about 44 a day and I think it's 46 weeklies because I am pumping, breastfeeding, so they give us a lot of points. So let me show you what I'm going to have for breakfast. Okay, so this is going to be my 5-point breakfast. This I meal prep. This is the pancake bake that you should have seen in the last video. This is 4 points. This is just a tiny drizzle of sugar-free syrup. I'm not counting there. Then cuties, and then this is center cup bacon, so 2 is 1 point. Alright, I am pumping, so if you hear the sound, that's what it is. Finished my breakfast real fast. So I think the pancake bake has potential. I don't know how filling it is. Like, it wasn't, because it was kind of small, and it definitely, like, on the blog and stuff like that, she makes it look really pretty, but like she did it in like a pie thing and whatever. It wasn't terrible. If you have 4 points and if you are craving pancakes, I like, in general, I'm just not a huge pancake person either, so I don't know, but it's like, it's solid and I'll definitely eat it for the rest of the week. Yeah, but it didn't like blow my socks off, but it was really simple to make. And so if you are like, if you want to pre-make pancakes for the week, I definitely check that meal plan video out. But it's not like, it's not going to make my list of like top breakfast. Okay, so it's been a little while since we filmed, like probably over a week, well, except for the meal prep, like where I got to sit down and talk to you guys, and some things have happened. So Sammy went to his 4-month appointment exactly a week ago. We're filming on Monday. It's exactly a week ago, and it was a little bit of a he is fine. He's very healthy, happy boy. But there was some issues with the doctor and nurse there. So I have not loved the nurse and the doctor. So at the office that I go to, it seems to me that like a nurse and a doctor are like paired together, because like I always see them together, and it was the same with my OBGYN, which is in like the same place, which I love my OBGYN, thank goodness. This is like a not flattering for this, but whatever. And anyway, so I haven't loved it. So the nurse has been either grumpy or rude or just unpleasant. She's only been pleasant for part of one appointment previously. And when you have a baby, especially a new baby, like, you are like, you want someone to at least be polite, you know. And so and the doctor has not been warm and friendly, but the thing that I did appreciate, like, and I didn't really connect it all with her, but the thing I did appreciate about this doctor was, or this pediatrician, was that she did a good job at explaining. Previously, she's done a very good job at explaining things to me, and still, because of everything going on in the world, I'm the only one that could go to the appointments with Sam, which is crazy. So we had a 4-month appointment, and I bring my list of questions. So we went there, and we did get there probably, it was exactly 4 minutes early we were there. But what happened was that before, like, you could get into the building, you have to get your temperature, you have to do like the screening and stuff like that. But they had it set up previously before, but where it was super fast. It was like this, I don't know how to describe it, but basically they didn't have to like manually come and take your temperature and things like that. And so it was a very speedy process. And I like do express check-in and all these things. So if everything was as it should have been, I would have been 100% on time. But there was a huge line, and the huge line was because their screening machine either was broken or wasn't up and running, and so like there was one person for, and it's a pretty big like doctor office facility. It's like 3 floors, and it's big, and so there was, and it's also like a pharmacy, and everybody was in the same line, and so they were taking the line was just taking forever. And then so I got up there, and there was like another nurse like go in and say like, hey, don't worry, we've informed all the departments that people are going to be late for your appointment, so don't worry, because it's like it wasn't our fault that their things are broken. And then I went up to, so usually I could go to like this little kiosk, and I do express check-in already, so I could just like scan, checked in, okay, good, go up to the 3rd floor where the pediatrician is at. But the nurse said like, because technically we were like past the appointment day, she was like, you should stand in this other really long line because it might not work. So I did for like maybe 3, 4, up to 5 minutes standing in this line that like really wasn't moving. I was like, I think I'm just going to try. So like I asked the person in line like next to me, like, hey, do you mind like I kind of explained, it's like, I'm going to just try. Do you mind just saving my spot, you know? And thankfully, Sammy, like, I had him in the wrap because that's easier for me than the stroller, was being really good. Like he was getting a little antsy, just, like, not moving and stuff. Like, I just did the little, like, you know, baby dance, you know, and he was fine. So it worked, but I was a little bit like, oh my gosh. Like, I could have been closer to being on time. But when I got up there, I think I was like either like a total of like maybe like either it was 8 or 11 minutes late to my appointment. It was like somewhere near the 10-ish minute mark, you know. But I wasn't that worried about it because I was like, this is a pediatrician's office. It wasn't my fault that their things were down. And then also it's like it's in the 10-ish minute mark. There should be some sort of window of grace, especially because they are helping a lot of new parents, like maybe also not brand new parents, like maybe they had a kid before, but like they're dealing with new parents with little kids and babies, and people are notorious for being late because it's like, what if there was a diaper blow, like, you know, like babies are unpredictable. So I wasn't that worried. But so then when we like they showed me into the thing, the nurse, who I don't wish I know her name, but she was so rude and snippy to me, and she was like, and I was so surprised, like I was shocked at how rude, like, and she was trying to make me feel really guilty for being late, and she was like, well, expect to be here for a really long time because you were late for your appointment and all this different things. And then she like just walked out of the thing, and she was like just get your baby down into just excuse me, into his diaper, and then just like left. And she was very, very rude, and I was like very taken aback because of everything I explained to you. And I'm just not used to being like she's been grumpy and not in a good mood and stuff, but like she was extremely rude, very snappy, and it was it was just uncalled, like very unprofessional how she was acting and treating. And so I was like, and Eric wanted me to, like, so I was texting Eric, who was waiting for us in the car, and he wanted me to say something to her, but then I was like, my baby's getting shots, and before, she was the one that gave him the shots. It's like, I am not going to say something to her, when she's going to be the one giving the baby the shots, because I want her to be, like, as nice to Sam as possible, you know. And so I was like, I'm going to go the opposite. So it took her forever, but when she eventually came in, like, I was very, 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 like I was as charming and as pleasant and as nice, as kind as I absolutely can be. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry we were late for our appointment. Actually, we were early, but and I explained the thing, and she was just like, oh, well, that explains why everybody's late. And then like she still wasn't kind. And then so then she had me like take Sam and lay him, like she measured him and all these different things. And then she had me put Sam into the like baby weighing machine and whatever. And so I was like still my like very nice, pleasant, at least I thought I was being nice, you know, I was trying to be nice way. Like I was just like, oh, so how much does he weigh? Because like it was in like either grams or kilograms, something on that. I didn't know how to. And then she was like, oh, I haven't even put it into the system yet, so I'm going to tell you when I'm going to tell you. And and that seemed like, I don't know, there were like, that was basically all of our interactions that day, which it was escalated, but like she's never been very nice before. So I was still like, it was still hard. And so it took a long time. Eventually the doctor came in, and the doctor, like previously before, like I said, I didn't love the doctor, but she did a good job explaining different things. But so I had a list of questions, and part of it was, if you guys have been watching, you know, Sam has been really struggling with sleep. So I asked her like just, I thought at least basic questions like, okay, how much sleep is appropriate for him to be getting during the day? And she was like, it doesn't matter. I was like, what? I was like, well, what about like nighttime sleep versus daytime sleep? Should we be having a goal, or like what's developmentally acceptable? She's like, you don't have to worry about that. And I was like, well, what about like wake windows? And then it was like very much like I just tried to keep getting answers, and she was not answering my questions. And she was like, he's not going to be on any sort of a schedule till like 9-12 months anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. And I was like, but like, and she was doing stuff, and then I was like, oh my, like I was getting really upset because like sleep, it's making us go basically insane. And so that was crazy to me. And then I kind of explained some different, I explained some different things in a different scenario that maybe I won't tell you. And then she answered my question, but it was very obvious that she didn't actually listen to me, because she just wasn't listening to me, because if she was, I can explain without maybe getting into too much detail. And then the only advice she gave was, she was like, well, two things. Like she was like, well, you know, your breast milk probably isn't good enough for him. He's probably not full. That's probably why he is waking up so often at night. And first of all, like that is an insane thing to, that I just thought that was highly inappropriate. And then she was like, you need to be eating more healthy fat, like, and she was trying to tell me what I needed to be eating without ever asking me what I am doing. She was just assuming that I was doing a bad job not eating healthy. And it's like, and I know I'm overweight, but that doesn't mean, I don't know. It was just really like, and especially to a mom like me who has struggled so much, so much with like breastfeeding and pumping. And there's like, I've cried a lot about this, but I'm not going to cry today about what she said or what happened, because there was more. But like, it was, I just don't know. I don't know how a doctor like that who works with mothers could have ever responded in such a way that basically saying like, what I'm doing, which pumping is insane amount of work, wasn't good enough, and it was my fault that the baby wasn't sleeping well, and that I wasn't eating properly and not giving him enough good nutrition or stuff, without even asking. Like she just made the assumptions, you know. She wasn't even asking me about different things. And then there was like, and there's this other thing that we have to, which once again, I'm not going to get into too much detail about Sam things, but there is something that she told us to do last time, and we have been doing it to help Sam with something. And once again, she just assumed that we weren't doing it because he wasn't making as much progress in this one area. It's no big deal, but I don't know. Yeah, anyway, so I'm sorry for being vague. She just assumed that we just weren't doing it. She was like, you know, you really need to do it. It's like, we're doing it multiple times a day, exactly like you told us to. And so it was just the most, like, I don't understand. I didn't understand at all. And you want to know how long this, like, I definitely saw my guess is it was 20 minutes total. Thankfully, another person came in and gave him his shots. It was a nurse practitioner. I've actually never seen him, and he was really nice and really kind to Sam, thank goodness. So probably I would say the amount of time total that I spent with Sam getting his shots, with the doctor and with the nurse, like, who was like doing the measurements and all this stuff, less than 15 minutes. But we were there for over 2 hours in that room, and it was like, that is an insane amount to make a little 4-month-old wait. And it was just crazy. It was just a terrible, 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 crazy experience. And I'm definitely 100%, we are not going back there, because she didn't listen to me, and she's never treated Sam like a person, you know, like never treated him like a person. I don't know how to explain that other than that, but yeah. So we are going to look into trying to switch pediatricians, and it was just a horrible. So that was also part of the reason why we weren't like filming and stuff, but we haven't been able to switch yet because things have been a little crazy. But I don't like, words are really, really devastating, and new moms and first times moms, like, we are in such a vulnerable position, and I just don't understand how people can treat other people that way. Especially, like, we are self-employed, so we are paying so much every month to get him the best care, and they're not even treating him like a person, which that's absolutely not right. It's crazy. Okay, well, I better go get him. My dad is holding him. But yeah, so I just wanted to update you guys. So the other day I meal prepped some 0 Point ranch, which I am so excited about. And what goes with the ranch? Well, a lot of things. But I have some of the Trader Joe's French fries. These are 3 points for 4 ounces, but I am having more. And this is the Trader Joe's chicken tenders. These are 1 point for an ounce. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to have, probably with an apple. I'll show you. All right, and here is my lunch. I like that I could have a nice big thing of ranch.
Hello, I'm hijacking Amy's what I eat in a day so I can explain what happened yesterday. So I was cutting fabric with the fabric cutter. Here, let me actually show you what I did. It probably is. If you're very squeamish, I don't know. So I cut the tip of my finger off, kind of the tip of my thumb, with a rotary cutter. So let me show you what I did. So I was using this. I was cutting fabric with this. This is what a rotary cutter looks like. It looks like a pizza cutter. It's very sharp. I just changed the blade, and this is called a cutter thing. I don't actually know the name of this. But normally when I cut, for some reason I put my finger here. You're supposed to have it here, behind the guard. But I had it here, and I, with the rotary cutter, was cutting, and then it hopped off, and then went right over my finger. And so now,
are you explaining to them why it's Tuesday now?
Oh, it's Tuesday, yeah. So this happened Monday, and now it's Tuesday, because...
So we basically cheated because we were so stressed out for the rest of the day.
I cut it off right at like 10 something, and then
We had
to rush to the ER because it was bleeding profusely, and it basically bled for over an hour straight because I nicked an artery. So
we had a stressful day, and also by the time he was out, we were both really hungry, so we just
stopped and got something. And so so back on the diet today though, but I had so in the partial tip of my thumb cut off. I found it. If this makes you squeamish, I'm sorry, but I found it underneath.
Oh no! Don't say that. That's disgusting.
I found part of it. It was here.
Okay, you could just tell it then if you fast forward 5 seconds, because.
Yeah, I found it under the blade, part of my thumb. So, so they just put glue over it because there's nothing else they could have done, and they wrapped it up. And I have to go to the doctor in a few days to get it checked. But yeah, I cut the tip of my thumb off. So, good job. Look at this cute guy here. Look at this cutie. Hey, buddy. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Tickle Sammy. Well, he's uninterested.
Yeah.
What do you think about your husband?
My husband is wonderful, but needs to follow safety rules. And,
I've been doing it for like 3 years and never had any issues, but...
Okay, how long have I been sewing?
You still threw your finger like 2 years ago. I did still throw
my finger. But anyway, lunch was very good. The ranch, I would say, is not like... I would say it's... This is how I described it to my mom. You know how like sometimes when you hang out with someone and you become good friends and then you guys like either talk similarly or start to dress a little bit similarly? I feel like this is... The thing that I did in the meal prep is like Ranch's new BFF. Like not exactly the same as Ranch, but it's pretty similar and good and totally worth it for the point. So go check out that meal prep video because it's actually easy.
What about you, Sam? What'd you think of the Ranch? What'd you think of the Ranch, buddy?
I'll let you know in a couple hours when I drink Mama's milk.
Okay.
Dinner time. So this is some of the pizza dough that I prepped in my meal prep video. So 1 ounce of this is worth 1 point. I am doing more than the recommended, so the person who did it, which the link I think it'll be in the meal prep video, recommends 5 ounces. I think this is like 8 or 10, I don't remember. Today's been stressful, so I'm just, yeah, I'm going for you. Today's been, oh, Eric's in the background. Today's been very stressful and difficult for like work things. I just feel like really under the pressure of trying to get a lot of things for work done, and then Sammy has just really been struggling with napping, and then when he is awake he just wants me, which is great, but it's also like Eric hurt his finger, and so I'm the only one that could really be doing, yeah, you guys know, could be doing things, and we have like deadlines due and stuff. So I am not being careful today, and I'm just going to be very happy that I am not cheating. And well, I don't know if this counts as cheating, but anyway, this is just life right now. All right, so I just have a baking sheet. My oven is preheated to 425, and I am just going to sprinkle some flour down. And now I am notoriously terrible at making pizza dough.
Yep.
Yeah, Eric could tell you. And making like pizza dough regular shaped or anything. So we're just going, it's kind of sticky, so I'm just going to kind of see how this goes, and I'm going to, oh my gosh, it's all right. Do you see? I'm just going to try to shape it the best that I can and make it not so crazy looking. So a lot of people use this dough as like a pretty skinny crust, and we'll see. Can you stop recording? Have the recording stop, please. Alright, so I actually kind of shaped it in not a completely terrible way. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pizza sauce on. I'm not like a huge pizza sauce person. Honestly, for me, eating pizza is mostly about the dough, and I prefer like a pretty bready dough. For Eric, it's all about the sauce. And I would like to say it's mostly also about the cheese for me, but because I have issues with like high quality cheeses, like my system just can't handle it very well, I can no longer like enjoy it. It comes back and bites me. So I'm just using like reduced fat mozzarella. If you have fat free, or if you even want to use full fat, whatever. Like I said, I should be weighing this, but mentally I just can't handle that right now. So I'm just trying to make good choices. This is turkey pepperoni. I used to really, when I was like first doing Weight Watchers, I used to really not like turkey pepperoni, but I'm kind of okay with it. The texture isn't the same, so if you could get over that, then that's fine. Yeah. And then so I also like some onions on mine. So these are like just partially cut up things, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some onions. Okay, actually that's a lot of onions, but well. And then also I'm going to try to load it up. I have some mushrooms that are definitely getting old, so I'm going to try to use them. Actually, this is probably the last day I could use them, but oh well. And she recommends, the person who made this recipe recommends using a baking still, and I have never even heard of a baking still, but it's like, I don't know about you guys, but it's like I cannot handle one more kitchen thing because we just don't have room. Okay, so I'm going to put this in for like 15 minutes. All right, so this is it all done. And guys, look at this nice crust. I hope it tastes good because I am feeling pretty good. Sorry about the lines, the light is interfering with the camera. I am going to pump and then head on to bed to get as much sleep as I can. I just want to let you know that pizza dough was super good. Like, it is a different version of like the 2-ingredient dough because it like has the Greek yogurt in it. But I really like it, and I really am not a super big fan of that non-fat Greek yogurt. But it was nice and filling. Of course, I did like make a big pizza for myself. Yeah, so thanks for sticking with us through these, I guess, 2 days that we have. If you believe in God, I would definitely greatly appreciate prayers, because this is a really, this is just stressful with work stuff, and it's also hard because it's like I'm just trying to, I have these awesome fabrics for these bags that I make. If you don't know what we do, we'll have a link down below for our little shop that we do. And like I love this business, and I love doing it. And I have awesome fabrics to like sew other great things. It's like sitting and like they're just sitting there, and I just want to make them, but it's like I just feel like I can't get caught up. Like I'm just like every single day it's like, okay, I'm just doing the orders that are just due, and I can't get like a step ahead, or like I feel like I can't get a breath, that I'm like constantly under the pressure. And then when life throws curveballs, like when the baby just needs mommy, which like once again I love so much, or when my husband cuts his finger, you know, part of his finger off, it just make things a little crazy. So yeah, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for putting up with us, and hopefully you were able to get something. I know I wasn't exact, but like I said in my other video, like these are just going to be very, very real life videos, but thanks for watching because it really helps us keep accountable. So if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. I guarantee these will be real, not glamorous videos of people just desperately, a family desperately trying to get healthy and live their lives. All right. Oh, and a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Alright, see you next time. Bye.